cold. Hi, Nathan. Happy birthday to Kiki. We're trying to persuade our one that it's not a good idea to run about. Obviously, she doesn't feel any pain. We're trying to stop her from jumping. She's been a bit of a pain in the backside. I went to pick her up and drag her. I'm doing well, apart from I was a bit cold, but my son's lit me a fire. Hi, Miguel. My son's lit me a fire, and so I should warm up pretty soon, and then I can take my fur off, like my fur. When I was about 17, I went to pick a new coat, and the coat that I picked was very, very plain. And the lady in the shop said, oh, it'd look lovely with fur around the collar. My mum's like, no, 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 not buying her a fur. Needless to say, I came home with a fur. But that's another story. So I've had it since I was 17, so it's a very, very old fur. In case anybody's anti-fur, I do apologise, but I've had it a very long time. Right, hi Ella, hi Miguel, hi Lydia, hi Samantha, hi Nathan. Oh gosh, hang on a minute, somebody's popped in front. Stop it. Oh, wish they'd stop this. I can't see who's coming on. These things keep flashing up in the corner. Because I've had my PC off all day, it's giving me all the updates all at once. And I don't want them. Right, hi Esther, hi Ella, hi Chrissy, hi Jude, hi Ray. Just excuse me while I get rid of some more of these darn things. Hi Trude. Miguel, will you send some of the heat over here? It's been gorgeous all day. It has been really gorgeous all day. Sitting in the garden, beautiful. And then the sun went in and then boom. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping I sorted out the problem we had the other week where I accidentally blocked. I'm into crochet yarn or something. So I'm hoping I have unblocked her and I'm hoping she does land up in here. Oh, gosh, right. Whoever I've missed, hello. I'm sorry, but I kept having these updates, kept coming across everybody that was coming in, so I couldn't actually see you. So I do apologise if I've missed anybody. Right. Miguel ran out of steam from deep cleaning. I would have run out of steam before I started deep cleaning. Right. Crochet Me Pink, hello. Yeah. It's very windy where Sandra is. And it's freezing where Ray is. Oh, dear. Tanker's been around. She was in her live. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, Miguel, I've unblocked her. I went to a YouTube channel that told me what I should be doing. So I followed all the steps that it told me in this YouTube video. So fingers crossed, I have unblocked her. I blocked her by accident, in case anybody's wondering. She didn't do anything wrong. There was a load of trolls came in, and I was clicking on the trolls to block them, and I accidentally blocked Tank. So it was a bit of a dilemma, really, but I think we've sorted it now. Oh, you'll be there when the ads are done, right? Okay, crochet agreement, yeah. Hi, Nathan. Again. Well, I've got me coffee. And I'm beginning to warm up. And I'm actually wearing my Granny Takes a Trip jacket today. I haven't been wearing it all day, I must admit, because I save it for special occasions. Oh, dear. We've been having fun this week. I had to go to the Opticians. So that cost me arm and a leg, you know. Hi, Crochet Chick. Crochet agreement is your friend Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, I had to go to the Opticians. And of course, they tell you that you need 2 pairs, don't they? Yep, okay, you need 2 pairs. Anyway, I've got to go back to the eye hospital with this eye. A bit of a problem with it. She can't really see anything wrong with it at the Opticians, but the problems I'm having with it, she wants a specialist to take a look at it. So I've got to go back there. That's by the by. Anyway, I'm getting me new glasses, but I won't get them till next Friday, so you won't see them till then. And the pair I've chosen is a designer pair by Kylie Minogue. Woohoo! They weren't expensive, don't get me wrong. I didn't go for the expensive ones. And then my phone started to fall in half. Never seen anything like it. Looking for it now. It hasn't been holding a charge for a while. But then, I don't know whether you can see it or not, it's actually coming apart. Where are we? Coming apart. Look. Coming apart. So we had to have a trip to Curry's, if you're in England. That's a place that sells all kinds of electrical stuff. And the phones, megabucks. Anyway, needless to say, I didn't choose a megabucks one. You know what we're like, people. We're all on a budget, and I just had to buy 2 pairs of glasses. So I didn't pick the actual cheapest chips phone, but I didn't pick one of these fancy iPhones or anything like that. You can spend a fortune on them, can't you? Oh dear. Anyway, we got sidetracked into the vacuum cleaner bit where we've actually, well, I actually bought one of those washing Hoover things, whatever. Before we lost Poppy, she unfortunately was very, very sick, as you might have known if you've been with me for a while. We had a Rottweiler cross, and it finished up that she had cancer, so sadly. But before we knew what was wrong with her, she was being sick everywhere, all over the place. So instead of having brand new carpets all through the bungalow, which we had carpets that were sort of like cleaned up every place. And then, of course, we got the pup, and the pup piddled everywhere. And then we got her sorted out. And then we get another pup, and the other pup was piddling everywhere. So top and bottom of it is, hi, Kaz. Top and bottom of it was, we were wandering around Curry's. And as you know, my son had this low blow, like with having to pay for the pup at the vet's £5,000. So he said, oh, we need one of these, but, we'll leave it. I said, look, we'll get one. I said, I live in the house as well. It's not only you that lives in the house and cleans. My daughter-in-law does clean. She cleans everywhere. So, I mean, it's only fair I provide her with the equipment, if you know what I mean. Hi, Colin. So we got one of those. So my son's been putting that together. He's going to change my phone over tomorrow because, of course, when you buy a new phone, you've got to charge it up overnight, haven't you? So maybe tomorrow I won't have a phone that's got... I did try putting sellotape on it, but it didn't work. I won't have a phone that's like coming apart. Oh dear. So I haven't been able to phone anybody really, because every time I start to use the phone, it charges up. It doesn't charge up, sorry. Yeah, you can put your finger down the gap now in there. I think maybe that's what's wrong. Oh, my friend's just messaged me. Oh, she's just had an eye operation. She hasn't had a cataract done. She's had to have her eye straightened. Sounds grotesque, doesn't it? They actually take the... Oh, no. We won't go there. Anyway, she just said it's very sore. So, oh, you love my fur? Yeah, just explaining. I conned my mother into buying it for me when I was about 17. I don't think she ever told my dad how much it cost. We've had a very interesting week this week on Facebook. I'd put a photograph up of my grandma and granddad. And as you know, my mum's side is from a huge family, mega family. And we started this sort of conversation going about, do you remember pictures? And I'm going to be inheriting a box of photographs that were my late brother's. My late brother got them from my mum when she passed away. And they were tidying out the garage and that. And my sister-in-law and my two nieces didn't know who any of these people were. So I said, oh, bring me the box when you can, and I'll look through them. And so we've decided we're going to do like a Facebook page for our family so we can swap reminiscences. Because I think it's sad, isn't it, when you've got cousins and you lose touch with them because we're such a massive family that they're spread all over the world, really. But it's so lovely to be able to chat to a cousin who lives in Australia, And I've not seen her since she was a little girl, yeah. Hi, David Browning. Hello, greetings. How are you doing? It's nice to have guys in here. The other guys feel a bit lonely. We don't have a load of guys coming in, so you're very welcome, David. You can come and join Nathan and Miguel and who else is in? Is it just Nathan and Miguel at the moment? Chris hasn't come in as yet. No, he isn't in as yet. So he will arrive, I'm sure he will, yeah. We're very much fun in here, the ladies and the guys. We don't have any distinctions here for guys or ladies. Yeah. No, we try to keep it, how can I put it, conflict free on here, David. Yeah, we just have laughs. Anybody comes in that starts a bit of, they're gone, yeah. We don't have any aggro on here. It's a very fun Saturday night evening. As I always say, I am the host, but everybody else is in the party, yeah. So it's a party night for everybody. Oh gosh. The secret yarner is pushing daisies on the ultimate yarn wall tour. Gosh, that lady's, I'm so envious. Not of her wool. I'm just envious of that room she's got. Massive. I'm sure you'll be fine, David. Yeah, we'll smack you if you go. One of the others will give you a. No, just saying about secret yarnery. I'm not envious of her loads of wool or anything like that. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not envious of anything that people have. I'm just envious of the size of a yarn room. Oh, she's got sofas in it. All her wool organised at the back of her. I'm not jealous. I just look this normal shade of green. Oh, I think I'm getting warm enough, to take my fur off now. I just wanted to swank and show you my fur. It's got a little thing in so you can put it in there. Or it's also got a hook and eye so you can wear it like that. Or you're supposed to actually wear it like that. Like that. You're supposed to wear it. So that's a bit film starish, isn't it? And I'm not quite a film star. Not yet, anyway. You've been assigned your permanent chair in the naughty corner. Miguel might join you in that naughty corner. Yeah, and Shad's not here to look at me beads, is he? Oh, I look like a movie star. What a horror. House of Horrors. Oh, wait while I get my new bins. I get my new glasses. I'll be looking like Iris Apfel, won't I? If you know who she is. The lady who wears a massive big... You're not, well, you can pretend to be naughty so you can join David in his naughty corner. Yeah, Shad probably is fishy. We don't know where Chris is. He's probably cooking or he's nodded off or something. We've got Nathan in here, yeah. Sometimes we have Isaac. So we do get plenty of guys coming in, David, so you won't be on your own. They're not quite... No, I did actually look at some Dame Edna glasses. They were a bit like that, and I thought, no. I know I'm a bit retro, but hey, no. Oh, yeah, John might be at the pub. John sent me a lovely video, actually. And it was a very old-fashioned video about how they do the threshing, in the fields of all that. And apparently his dad was driving the tractor, which is It's lovely, isn't it, to have a video? I wish I had a video of my dad, yeah? Look, David, I haven't done anything yet. I haven't done a thing yet. Oh, Dame Medley, yeah. Yeah, but I thought it must be lovely to have a video that shows your dad sitting on a tractor, you know, like doing this threshing of the old-fashioned way when they used to get the wheat in and that, you know. And I thought, oh, how lovely for him to find a video like that from way back when with his dad. Yeah. I'd love to find a video with my dad, but there wasn't any. We didn't have a video. Well, did we have a video camera? I don't think we did. Hi, Jane. Jane's got a new phone, so Jane is back with us. Yay! New phone, Jane. Mine's falling in pieces and it won't stay charged up. But this isn't my new phone, by the way. This is the old one that's falling to bits. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, I could have. Oh, God, when you go in those electrical stores, you know, that sell all the gizmos and the gadgets and the iPads and the laptops and that, you could come out of there thousands. Well, if you had thousands, you'd come out of there thousands later, couldn't you? We looked at all the expensive stuff, but we did kind of walk past it all, yeah. Whoa, Kaz has nearly finished her iron sweater. You've just got to sew the ends in. Woo! Well, I've got stitching up to do tonight. That's what I've got to do. I've got to pin it all together before I sew it all, yeah. How do you think I felt with all of these, with the ends on the granny squares? Oh, so thirsty today. We had Chinese dinner because we had well, I was out and my daughter-in-law was cleaning and doing stuff. The son was out with me because I don't drive anymore. And so dinner got delayed. So we finished up with having a takeaway. We don't often have a takeaway. I've got to make another big one, Miguel. I need another throw. Yeah. Oh, come on, David. Grab your Crochet. Your project bag. It's not a Crochet bag. Get your project bag and get sewing up. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody sent me that. You know, Manchester Bee, if you know what it was. Somebody sent me that, and it's lovely. It's a stitch marker with a bee on it. So sweet. Hi, Susan. How are you doing? How's your doggy? Susan is one of my knit club ladies from Wednesdays, and she had to disappear on Wednesday rather hurriedly because her husband phoned her and said the dog was limping. So I hope it wasn't anything like our Trixie. Our Trixie doesn't know she's got a bad leg. She's running around like a lunatic and we have to keep slowing her down. I've got a French bulldog, those of you who don't. Well, I haven't. My family's got a French bulldog. And she fell off the bed. She's not supposed to be on the bed because she's only little, but she was jumping up on the bed and she fell. And she broke her growth plate in her little leg. That was very expensive, yeah. I'm a troll, folly roll, I'm a troll, folly roll. I'm a troll, folly roll, and I'll eat you for supper. It was a very expensive day. Oh, I'm glad your dog's all right. It's not as expensive as my flipping dog. Well, our flipping dog, yeah. Oh, you're going already, Ray? Well, it's short and sweet, but thank you for coming anyway, yeah. Thank you for coming. Right, I've got my little clips out. I use these when I'm putting woolies together because I find that if I have pins, I tend to lose them. And then if anybody's trying them on a bit later, it's like ouchie because you get a pin, yeah. Right, I've got all my bits in my bag. All my bitses. I'll sort them out now. Oh, remind me to keep an eye on my fire. Now my son's gone to all the trouble lighting it for me. I don't want to let it go out. Who's Amy? Who's Amy? Who's Amy? Oh, Crafted Advent with Amy. Hello, Amy. I was trying to work out who Amy was there. Yeah, we usually all want to nip over to Mrs. or Miguel's because they usually have something nice on the go. Oh, my little scissors. I love these little scissors. They were free with something or other. I can't remember what they were free with now. But they're lovely little scissors. I have another pair that I absolutely love. Those. I had another pair, actually, that looked like a little bird of some description, and I can't find them. And I still haven't found the plug for my chair. I nearly said my electric chair, but that doesn't sound right, does it? I have a chair that vibrates on the back because I've got a bad back, for those of you who don't know. My great-granddaughter takes great delight in spinning round and round on the chair. So before she came, I decided I would unplug it, roll up the lead and put it somewhere safe. I can't find it. So I'm still looking, people. I keep looking. I'm finding lots of other things I didn't know I'd lost. You're doing some tatting. Oh my goodness me. You're so brave, Amy. You've got one of those free clipper things. No, these are just little clips that I clip my wool together, yeah. No, you never lose the rubbish scissors, do you? Have you ever noticed that? Yeah. They stay around forever, don't they, those rubbish scissors that don't cut a thing. I've got a big pair that came with a set. And I thought, oh, lovely big scissors. They don't cut anything. My son's got a sharpening gizmo in the kitchen that he uses to sharpen the knives with. I might ask him, if he can sharpen it, yeah. Have I checked the freezer? No. The freezer's in the garage, and I know I didn't go out there. No, it's Miguel who puts everything in the freezer. Although I did once lose my purse. And after I'd checked everywhere else, it was in the freezer with the frozen peas. I was getting a bit panicky, although I knew I'd brought it in the house, yeah. No, Miguel puts everything in the freezer. Yeah, I've got those big golfing umbrellas somewhere. And I know I brought it when we moved here. We moved here 14 months ago, 15 months ago, something like that. And I know that I brought it with me. But I have no idea where it's gone, the golfing umbrella. I'm sure if I ask my son, he'll say something, yeah. You put a chicken in the freezer. It wasn't one of Miguel's chickens, was it? I watch, there used to be foxes afloat because they used to live on a narrow boat. And they've now moved up to Scotland and bought themselves a bit of land. And they're going to keep chickens. And I was watching a video the other day and they're putting this hen house together. I didn't forward it to Miguel because they're doing a bit of swearing on it, But they were putting this hen house together and like a run for the hens. They haven't got the hens yet. I think they're going to get about 6 hens. But they've got a hen house that's built for about 12 hens. But at the moment, they've only ordered 6. Yeah. Oh, Kaz is always on form, yeah. She's more on form when Chris comes on. I had a lady actually said, can you lower your camera, she said, so that we can see your hands when you're knitting. And I thought, well, that's all very well if I do that. But if I do that, you can't see my face. Maybe that's what she prefers. Maybe she would prefer not to see my face. Maybe she would rather see my hands doing my knitting. I did explain to her that I can't do that. It's either one thing or the other. She either sees my hands knitting or she sees my face. I can't sit far enough away because you wouldn't pick me up on the mic. If I sat far enough away so you could see me and see, yeah. The way, I think the reason you're getting the Scottish YouTube channels is there's another guy who's called the Bearded Shield. I don't know whether you've ever watched him. I don't think he's made any videos recently. And he made videos about knitting, and he's in Scotland, and he knits a lot he's a very, very, very talented knitter. And he knits a lot of shawls and different things like that. And he's called the Bearded Shield. I don't know whether anybody's ever watched him or not. But I don't think he's made any videos lately. I just hope he's okay. But it could be like me. I don't make as many videos as I used to. I think we all have our moments, don't we? Oh, hiya, Donna. Yeah, I've got my Granny Takes a Trip jacket on today. I love my granny squares. I'm a total hippie chick here. Oh, you used to watch his videos. He hasn't made any, has he, lately, Kaz? Or am I just missing you? Oh, I love the Hoof GP. I never thought I'd be sitting there watching somebody trim a cow's hoof. But I'm addicted, I have to. And I got my friend who lives in Scotland because she lives just round the corner from the Hoof GP. So I've even got her watching the Hoof GP. Yeah, hippie chick, yeah. Hi, Donna. Donna is saying hi to everybody. No, there's a lot of people I used to watch. We were talking about this the other week, about people that, used to have videos all the time, yeah. I half watched Daniel the other day. He was showing around his new craft room. He'd made a video showing how he'd arranged all his wool. I sort of half watched it, but then I started doing something else and never watched the other half. So I need to get around to. It's been my New Year's resolution, and I still haven't done it yet, is to watch more people's videos. I am awful. Awful. Me too. But the day gets in the way, yeah. I always find a million other things to do, yeah. Which channel do you mean, David? Oh, the Bearded Shield. I can't put the link up because I can't go looking, but somebody else might. If Kaz used to watch him, maybe you know the link to his channel, Kaz. He's a beautiful knitter, but I haven't seen him for ages. I just hope he's okay. You know how much I've cut out in videos. I've cut out videos so much I don't hardly watch any. And it's not because I don't want to. I just don't find the time anymore. In fact, we were looking at laptops, only looking, while I was in Curry's. It's called the Bearded Shield. I know it's SHEIL, I think. But I can't remember what the proper title is. Yeah, I'm looking at laptops because it would be nice to have a laptop so I could actually sit outside or sit, in the conservatory and watch people's videos. So, but after buying 2 pairs of glasses, and a new phone, a new laptop was completely out of the question. I'm thinking about it. That's what we do on here, isn't it? We think about things. We're all that wealthy on here. David, we're all that wealthy on here. We just think about getting things. Oh dear. Oh, you're making a granny square? Oh, a hexagon. You're making that, are you, Susan? Yeah. Have you finished all your hedgehogs? Your 95 hedgehogs or whatever? Oh, is he not on anymore? Oh, I hope nothing's happened to him. Oh gosh, anything that's got apple in the title is always twice the price, Donna. You know. Yeah, I'll get there one day. I will get there one day. I'll get a laptop or whatever one day. I quite like this big PC. I mean, it's enormous. It's a TV screen. But, I quite like it, actually. But it would be nice to be able to look at something while I was in the conservatory. Maybe I would actually be able to catch up on videos then. Yeah. I've got an Amazon Fire, what do you call it, a little tablet thing. We were looking at all kinds of things. I mean, you could spend a fortune, couldn't you? Absolutely. You go in these places and you're like, oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's nice. And then you come out and you think, no, back away. Back away from the table. These days there is so... We were talking about that the other day, actually. You know what I said? We were talking about relatives and, my grandma had 16 children. And we were saying, a lady was saying about child poverty. And I was saying that, when we were younger, we didn't know we were poor. I certainly didn't know I was poor. It's only on reflection looking back. But then again, I didn't feel poor because, like, everybody I knew was exactly in the same circumstances. And like we were saying, our expectations back then were a lot less. We didn't expect to have a TV because we didn't have one. But nobody else did. You didn't expect to have a car because nobody else did. So I think it's all relative. People think they're poor today, they can't afford all the latest technology. But fortunately, like in my day, there wasn't all this technology, so we didn't feel poor because we didn't know what we were missing. On your own channel, you do weekly conversations with men in yarn. Open to suggestions, also volunteers. You could interview Daniel if you've not interviewed him yet. What's he called? The Paw Ply guy. He's good. He's done interviews with some different people, I think. He's in the UK, so you would have to, get the times right. Hiya, John. I was just telling everybody about you finding that video with your dad on the tractor. How lovely it must be to find somebody. Oh, I love Daniel. He's absolutely... Oh, I did watch a video of his, actually, the other day, where he was driving along through the country lanes in Scotland. I don't think I could live there. It was a bit nothing. I like people, I really do. I don't like living in the centre of town, but I do like people. And obviously where Daniel and his partner live, it seems to be a little bit in the middle of no place, yeah. A little bit desolated, a bit empty. Yeah. Yeah, if I know you've interviewed Daniel, I will look at it. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think, what was she called? The lady who does all the giveaways. Bag a Day. I think she did an interview with Daniel too. Yeah, he is really such a nice guy. Just let me look at my fire for a second, make sure it's not... Oh no, it's roaring away there. I have a terrible habit of asking my son to light the fire and then ignoring it, letting it go out. Yeah, it must be nice to find a video though with your dad on the threshing machine, John. I would love to have found a video. Here he is. Hello, Chris. Where have you been? You've been sadly missed. Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't have a video camera when my dad was alive, so sadly I don't have any videos yet. It would be nice to see my dad, you know, like talking again, and, you know, just to see him like alive again, if you know what I'm talking about. It must be so nice to have a video of your parent doing that. I mean, I've only got still photographs of my dad. As I was saying, we got in touch with a lot of my cousins, you know. Some cousins, nobody seems to know where they are. And I'm asking them, have you seen him? And they're all going, no, I haven't seen him for years. So it would be nice to get in touch. I've tried looking on Google and everything like that. Oh, even silent ones would be nice, David, if I had anything on my dad. You know, walking and talking, it would be lovely. Well, if you do find it, anybody, do find that bearded shield. If you give the link to David. Yeah. I must admit I haven't seen him for a while, so I'm just hoping he's fine here. Ooh, still getting updates. Well, I can't post links, David, because if I start looking for something, it takes me off the YouTube. Chris is usually the one who I rely on to find things for me. He's great at finding stuff. Hey, Nana Michelle, hello. How are you doing? I'm sewing up today. And for the lady who wants to see my hands instead of my face, sorry. He's called the bearded shield, or the bearded shield. I think shield is Sheil, or it could be IEL. He's from Scotland and he does knitting on YouTube, or he did. But I haven't seen him for a while, and I don't even know if he's still making videos. I can never understand why, if people decide they're not going to make any videos anymore on YouTube, they take down the ones that they've made, you know, as if like nobody would be interested in the old ones. Oh yeah, your interview with Daniel. Yeah, I'll find that one. Don't worry about that, David. I will find that one. I'll show you there on YouTube when I'm Googling you. Oh gosh, my son and I were always arguing, Jane. Don't worry, it'll blow over. We don't do it so much. But when he was younger, my goodness me, we used to have some humdinging rows. It upsets you at the time, but they do blow over, Jane. Oh, look at that. I hate it when wool does that. It's so loosely twisted that when you're sewing up with it, it just disappears. Yeah, well, Daniel's done a new yarn room, so you could interview him about that, David. How he's arranged it. He's got IKEA furniture and... Oh, there you are, Nellie Michelle. You've got Nellie Michelle sent you a link. Do you all know any guys, Miguel, that need interviewing that are knit and crocheters that you could recommend for David to interview? I'm sure you found a guy, didn't you? I'm sure you were telling me, Miguel, the other week about a guy that might interview. I mean, if he doesn't want to be interviewed, Miguel, that's fine. All he has to do is say no, doesn't he? That's all he has to do. If he doesn't want to be interviewed. I have never worked out, David, how you do the split screen. I would love to have two-way conversations and chat to people. And, stuff like that. But I'm not very savvy. How on earth you do these split screen stuff. Hi, Freezer baby. Hi there. How are you? Your daughter got sock yarn. Kaz, that if you take it slow and watch somebody doing them, they're not as scary as you think, socks. It's just a matter of knitting on them wormy things, yeah. StreamYard. I don't even know what that is, David. I'm so not with it when it comes to anything. Somebody was saying I should advertise me garments for sale in TikTok, and I'm like, TikTok? TikTok? I'm not with it at all. I need somebody sitting by my side to tell me what to do. And then I'm fine. The old adult brain, it does take things in eventually, yeah. Oh, I'm sure you'll manage it, Kaz. Just take a deep breath and watch a few videos. My cousin's daughter, actually. Oh, John Boy Crochet. I've never heard of him. Have you heard of him, David? John Boy Crochet. Nothing to do with the Waltons, is he? Wasn't he called John Boy? No, there's other people. Hi, Crochet Agreement. Hello there. Oh, I'm getting myself all in a knot. Oh, he's just started 2 weeks ago putting out videos. Oh, there you go. There's another one for you, David, if you're writing them all down. Sweet tea, no shade. I'll hold my hand up, really. I'm not much of a knitter, so I really don't watch a lot of knitting videos. Yeah. Oh, Denise is lovely, isn't she? I haven't watched her videos for a while. Not because I don't want to, because I think she's lovely. But, yeah, Denise knits a lot of socks, doesn't she? Well, she only started knitting socks about a year or so back, yeah. She wasn't a proficient sock knitter until then. Oh, I can't do circulars. I really can't. I can't knit without having a needle under my arm, which is a little bit tricky with a circular needle, isn't it? Yeah. She's a lovely person. I used to chat to Denise every week. I miss chatting to her. I am the world's worst at a computer, I tell you. 2 circulars. I can't even do 1 circular. Olivia wants to make air fryer brownies. Oh no, not the special ones. We don't want any of them special brownies. You know what I mean? We've all read about them. I can't use a circular. I know I'm old-fashioned. I think it's what you're used to. If you've never knitted with a needle, it's the northern way is to knit with a needle under your arm. Yeah. Don't have any fun with that? Of course we will. It's your own fault for leaving us, David. We have all the fun when you go missing. Yeah. Oh, I've bought sock books. I've bought all sorts of things, Lydia. I've knitted socks. I have to do them on 5 needles, though. I have to knit them with what the Scottish people call a mackin. It's like a knitting belt, where you jab your needle in one end so that you can actually knit, yeah. Miguel, if you don't want to see my face, Miguel, you must say so, yeah. That's what the lady said. Can you lower your camera so I can see what you're knitting? And I thought, God, if I'm that ugly, just let me know. No. I mean, Kelly knits on circular needles. She knits socks for fun, doesn't she? Not heard from her for months. Not since she started work, I've not heard from Kelly. Did send her a couple of messages, but she didn't. Hi, Pauline. But she never answered me, so I just gave up. I thought maybe she's too busy. And I haven't been able to phone Sue this week, not because I don't want to, but because my phone doesn't hold a charge. It's 100% 1 minute, and then I turn around and it's like 30% 2 seconds later. My son says, oh, you've got something running in the background. I said, I don't think so. I think the phone's just completely knackered, you know. So, circulars are quite a new thing, actually, Chris. I mean, when I had a wool shop, I couldn't sell circular needles. People used to use them occasionally to knit necklines with, you know. But I never, and when I gave my shop, I mean, you're all going to cry. When I gave my shop up, I threw a box like that down the tip. Couldn't give them away. I couldn't even give them to another wool shop. She didn't want them. Nobody wanted them. I tried to sell them. Nobody wanted them. And that's how much life has changed in the, say, 20 years since I had a wool shop, yeah? That 20 years ago, no one knitted on, well, no one in England knitted on circular needles. I remember my friend's mum. She was from Holland or Germany or somewhere. And she knitted on circular needles. And I remember thinking, oh, how crazy. I used to be fascinated watching her knit because I thought it's crazy that. Crazy, crazy. I used to stare at her because I'd never seen anybody knitting on those things. Miguel, it wouldn't be you if you didn't nod off, love. Somebody get a pointy stick and stick it at Miguel. Oh, the fire's still burning. Yeah, for sure. I could have spent thousands on the cardigan. Do you want me to stand up? Yeah. I'll stand up for you. For the lady who likes me to not show my face, then I'll stand up, yeah. You can't see all of it because my camera doesn't go that far down. But it's a long, long If you can see it in bits and pieces. Oh, now I've dropped my camera. It goes all the way down. It's a long jacket. I like the buttons. I love the buttons. So that's what I'm wearing. It's called Granny Takes a Trip. And it's growing. It's growing bigger. Well, no, actually, it isn't growing bigger. I have gone smaller. And this has grown a little bit bigger. And because it's not wool, it won't shrink. So I hope the lady who wanted me to stand up was watching that little bit. Yeah, I must. I've only ever done that Google to do lives, but I only did it with some friends. And you can only have about. Yeah, it's called Granny Takes a Trip. It's a pattern on Ravelry, I think. I got the pattern from. It's actually got massive, massive sleeves on the pattern. You know, it's got huge sleeves on the pattern. I made one for a friend of mine to wear for a festival. It's got like inserts of triangles of the solid colours in the sleeves, and it's absolutely huge. It's called Granny Takes a Trip, and then there's another one called More Granny Takes a Trip, which is in the bigger sizes. But yeah, Granny Takes a Trip. That's probably the one. Yeah, I think it's about £6 or £7. It was the pattern. It wasn't cheap, but I made it for a friend. She'd seen it and wanted it making for a festival. But I made hers in the actual proper granny squares with all different colours. My God, that was a nightmare to stitch together. This one I cheated. I actually used the boho spirit in festival colour, and it came out into all the squares came out different colours. The trouble is they've actually started making it much darker. It's still called festival, but it's not as bold the colours as this one is. I made one for a lady not long ago. I mean, I charged her 100 for it, but it was very hard work. You know, sewing all the ends in and stuff. You know, you don't make much profit, yeah. Yeah, I'm making this cardigan I'm making for me. I mean, my son was saying there was another craft show advertised somewhere local, but I don't know where the craft fairs are from me. Oh yeah, the hooded cape I made that for that lady, all in shades of green. Yeah, it had a long hood with a long pointy. There's a lady made a hat, actually. I think I put it on Facebook. And it's like a witch's hat she's made. Lovely hat, but I know I would never wear it if I actually made it. So yeah, I did a swap with that lady. She sent me 2 lovely dresses down. What am I working on? I'm sewing up a cardigan, Madeline, so you can't really see it much. I love anything dramatic like that. Once I've made one, knit it together. No, I could have crocheted it together, I suppose, but I prefer to sew it together. It's more stretchy. I don't know what I'm going to make next. I've actually got a magazine coming that I ordered. Should have come today and it hasn't. And then I've got another knitting a crocheting book that I'd pre-ordered months and months ago, and that's coming on the 12th, which is Tuesday. Again, that was a pre-order, so I shall no doubt be doing videos when they arrive, yeah. So I like to show people books. I mean, books are very, very expensive, so I do like to show books. Because, you know, a lot of people do like to know if there's things in them that they like. And I'm sure that the people who write the books don't bother about me doing, you know, their videos, because, you know, half the time people, when I do a really good sort of showing every page, so many people say to me, oh, I love that book, I'm going to order it. So I'm sure that the people who write the books can't object, because, you know, I get sales for them, yeah. What am I doing? I'm sewing up my cardigan that I knitted for myself, so I can't really see it. I know people say, can I lower the camera? No, I can't. You can either see me or you can see what I'm doing, so you can't see the two. I don't have that good of a camera. Hi, June. When did you sneak in? A crochet stitch reference book. Oh, I've got one of those. I absolutely love it. Because when, you know, if you've got a basic pattern that you really, really like in crochet, and you think, oh, I'd like to do it again, but I want to do it in a different stitch. So you just find a different stitch and work it into that. Kelly, as we said before, Kelly used to love doing that, getting out a crochet stitch book and you know, making her own things. Oh, I'm gone while I go and rescue me fire. Put some coal on the fire, woman. Oh, or in my case, put another log on the fire. Have I got some more logs? Oh, I do, yeah. No, Daddy. I shall sing. No, I won't. Oh. I was going to tell you, I was going to see there. I'll stand here while you can see my jacket. There you go. I'll stand here. How about that? Is that any better? You still can't see the end because it goes all the way down. But that's as close as you can get. No, I didn't see Kitty Cat going in the... Kelly, she got herself a job, and since she's got herself a job, I haven't heard from her. I sent her a few messages, and I've not had any reply, so she's not fallen out with me or anything like that. She's probably just busy. Oh, I love Doris Chan. She doesn't seem to be doing it anymore now. There's quite a few, Jane. If you look on Amazon, there's quite a few different, you know, crochet stitch compilation books. The one I've actually got two, but the one I've got is actually, I think, that old. It's out of print. But there are several more nicer ones with more. I mean, I did give one to Kelly because when I got it, it was all charts. And I know I like charts, but not that much. Why am I getting messages on my phone? I'm surprised I'm actually getting messages. This phone irritates me. It gives me messages in the middle of the night that weren't sent in the middle of the night, if you're with me. It seems to store them up. Yeah, Doris doesn't seem to be doing any crocheting anymore. I've got the Christine Ondell books, but oh my goodness. Her stuff is beautiful, but so intricate, a lot of it, and so fine. I know my son keeps saying I can turn it off, but when I get this new phone, he's going to do all the settings for me, so hopefully I won't get these. Bling. He says, what have you got them running for? I said, I don't know. My phone does things on its own. I swear to you, it does. Ah, Tank's back. I managed to do it. Sorry about that, Tank. It was an accident, honestly. But I did manage to get you, did manage to unblock you. I had to do a YouTube channel to get it. Took me about half an hour to unblock you. Oh dear. She's back. All is forgiven. She's back now. All is well with the world. Yeah, you knew it was an accident. Yeah, it was just one of them things. I had all these trolls, and they were jumping up. Hello, Lulu. Hello. I am desperate for a drink. That's that Chinese dinner I had. Oh, Tesco's win £150 Tesco gift card. Don't go to Tesco's, there isn't one round here. I used to when I lived in Prestwich, but not now. They did a poll, and Prestwich actually won. It was the most desirable place to go and live. Wonder if that's because I've moved. I do miss it though. I must admit, I do miss. Chris. I do miss. I was saying that to my son. I miss the cafe culture. It's not the same here. My son says I'm a snob, but the cafes there were a lot more upmarket. If you're with me, the cafes here are a bit. I don't know. Harry, no, we don't want him. You keep him, Donna. You can keep Harry. He won't come back. He can't get his own way, so he won't come back. Needs to be at home under his wife's thumb, Donna. No, he's in America. God knows where he is. We don't care. He's yours now, Donna. It's not ours. You can have him. The Queen is a lady. She doesn't deserve to be treated like he treated her. He's an ungrateful brat. That's all I'm going to say. Well, they can travel wherever they want. No, he's not welcome. Not welcome. As my mother would say, he's made his bed and he's got to lie on it. Now, if he doesn't like it, that's just bloody tough bunnies. No, he won't get welcomed if he does come back, Kaz. Don't think anybody's interested in him anymore. He's a nobody. He wanted to be a nobody. Well, let's let him be a nobody. He doesn't want the notoriety, so why give it to him? Yeah, he's made his choice, and he has. Says he doesn't want this, that, and the other. Well, tell him to shut his mouth and get on with what he's doing. No, I certainly don't like her. And I've gone off him because he hasn't got the guts to stand up to her. Yeah, I don't think anybody misses him. He ain't missed. The Queen might have Facebook portal anyway, so she can wave at her granddaughter, her great granddaughter through that. We were looking at them actually when we were in the store. Wouldn't be any good to me because I don't FaceTime anybody. It's handy, I suppose, if your family live miles away or on, like abroad or something. But nobody that I particularly kind of. Hi, Gloria. That I, particularly want to keep in touch with. I wouldn't be paying that kind of money. Donna, he's got all kinds of these. Yeah, he needs psychiatric help, I think. Blames everybody for everything. Never blames himself for anything. I've no patience with him. No patience at all. He's not a baby. He's grown up now. He should sort himself out. Hello, Katie. La 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 la. I'm up to sewing up the sleeves now. It's lovely, isn't it? Nice wool. It's 51% virgin wool. It's Shoulder and Style. It's called Wonder Wool. I bought it whenever ago. No, I'm not talking about him. He doesn't deserve waste of breath, he is. Yeah, all before he met. Yeah, we're not going into that, David. He was a good man. But he ain't now. Hey, I'm pinning up my sleeves now. There's a chance I might actually get it. Well, I won't actually get it all stitched together because I think I've got. What have you missed? Oh, quite a bit. You missed me doing a twirl in my jacket. You've missed me sewing up my jumper. What else has she missed? Yeah. Oh, puppies, expensive puppies, you mean, like ours that fell off the bed? We've got two, David. We've got one we rescued from Romania. She is just over a year old. And then we've got a French bulldog who is about 14, 15 weeks now, that fell off the bed and the insurance on her had lapsed. So she's cost us an awful lot of money, so she's in the bad books. Well, not she isn't, she doesn't care, but she cost us an awful lot of money, our puppy. But she's a little love. What's done is done. There's nothing you can help. I no longer stress about anything anymore. Oh, I've dropped. Dropped my clips on the floor. The only thing that's stressing me out at the moment is I can't find the thing to my electric chair, Mummy. My computer chair, not electric chair. Oh, I don't do mattress stitch. No, I just sew it. I'm not very good at sewing up. Yeah. Oh, we lost our last July. We lost our 14-year-old. She was sick. That's why we've had to buy a carpet cleaner, because she was sick all over the new carpets many times. And but we had to have her put to sleep in the end because she had cancer. She was riddled with it. But the beautiful thing about it was she went in for an exploratory operation and she never survived the anaesthetic. So at least we didn't have to actually take her to have her put to sleep. She just never made it through the anaesthetic. She never recovered. It was very sad at the time, but it was better than having to revive her from that and then have to have her put to sleep. Yeah. Mattress stitch is lovely, Kaz, but I'm not a fan of. I'm a fan of looking at it, but I'm not a fan of actually doing it. Yeah. I'm not that good at sewing things together. If they get sewn together, they get cobbled together. Yeah. Oh, it's always sad. We lost 3 of them in the space of, 2 years? No, 4 of them if you count Gigi. For those of you who remember me always having Gigi stuck on my knee. Gigi wasn't my dog. I used to do doggy daycare. He was a little chihuahua that everybody hated and I loved. I loved him to bits. But everybody hated him because he used to snap and growl and bark and carry on. He wasn't the nicest dog in the world, but I absolutely adored him. He was such a sweetheart. How many times have I done videos with Gigi on my knee? But Gigi passed away very suddenly. He'd not been well and they took him to the vets and the vet couldn't find anything wrong with him. And then one day he just climbed on the bed with them, with his parents, and passed away. So it was very sad. They've now got 2 more dogs. They've got Lena and Alfie. They debated whether to get dogs, but they were so devastated after they lost Gigi because they don't have children. So Gigi was their baby, if you know what I mean. So they've now got 2 Chihuahuas instead of 1. But Gigi, oh God, everybody loved Gigi. He was a pain in the ear, but he was lovely. Everybody thought he was mine because he spent more time with me than he did with them. He was a bossy little boots. When I used to look after my son's Rottweilers, he used to boss the Rottweilers about. He used to get all his own way. You would think, wouldn't you, with 2 Rottweilers and a box of Cross I had, and Gigi. And Gigi was the boss. He told them all where they got off, yeah. He was so funny. I'm sure he thought he was like, you know, a gangster. They all used to claim the chairs. I used to sit on my recliner. I had Gigi at Buster at the back of me like a cushion, and I had Gigi at the front of me. And that's how we used to sit. Oh, he did think he was mine. They used to come for him at night, and he used to run away and go and sit back on the sofa. They used to have to bribe him to go away with them. And when they went on holiday, he was in his element because I used to have him for the whole 2 weeks. He used to sleep on the bed with me and everything. And when they came to get him, he didn't want to go. I felt awful, really, because it was their dog and he didn't want to go with them. And they'd been away for a fortnight. I mean, when he saw them, he actually, you know, he used to go crazy when he saw them, like, oh, here they are, they're back off their holidays. And then after he'd said hello to him, he used to come back and come and sit on my knee. As I say, right, I've said hello to you now, ta-ra. You used to have to put the lead on him to get him out through the door because he wouldn't go. Oh, dear. Oh, you finished now, Kaz, have you? Good luck. Was that your errand you finished? Oh, God, I cried buckets when... I mean, I know I'd moved over here when he'd actually passed away, but he passed away within a few days of us losing Poppy, actually. But our Rosie, she's such a sweet little thing, our little rescue dog. She's a pain in the ear hole, but she's so sweet. She won't do as she's told. And as for training, it's in one ear and out the other. I think she still speaks Romanian. Oh, dear. Have you been on the pop by any chance, David? You've been on the falling down water? All right, Susan, I'll see you next week. I heard from Andrea, by the way, she's not feeling too clever. Her eyes hurting her a lot. She put a message on Facebook. I don't know whether you've seen it. But yeah, girl who runs the knit club. She had an operation on her eye to straighten it. And right, coffee done. It's time for the better stuff. Yeah, if you look on Facebook, there's a message on Facebook, Susan. But she's not feeling too good at the minute. Right, what have I got? I have got, what does it say here? Marks and Spencer's Passion Star Martini Cocktail. It's hardly got any alcohol in it, don't get alarmed. It's probably got about 3%, I think. And I forgot to bring a glass, so you're going to have to see me swigging out the can. Very unladylike, very uncouth. See what it tastes like. Oh, Marks and Spencer's, yeah. I actually went into Marks and Spencer's, Donna. Ooh. Spent a fortune on nothing. I think, I can't see because I haven't got my glasses yet. I think there's something like about, oh, it's got 8%. No. Yeah, 8%. Ooh, thought it only had 3. Yeah, this is a canned. It's written on gold, so I can't read what it says. Cocktail, Marks and Spencer's Passion Star cocktail. I don't know what's in it. Oh, Kaz, yeah, she's got personality. She's very posh, you know, Kaz. You didn't know that about Kaz, did you? She's very posh, very poosh. My son said I was very money orientated today, and I was a snob. Mhm. It's only because I was talking about my ex-husband. He always wanted us to mix with people who had far more money than we did. And my son said I was a snob because I didn't want to do it. And I said, it wasn't that. It's just that they had so much more money than we did. And he got us into the situation where he'd be agreeing that we went out for meals with them. And they used to go to the finest restaurants, you know, we couldn't afford it. And that's what used to get on my nerves, you know. It was like pretending to be something we weren't, you know, and he was all into that and I wasn't. I was brought up sort of poorer, you know, or to know the value of money, that I don't like to spend. I will spend money, don't get me wrong. If there's something I need, I will spend it. But I don't spend money on something silly, you know. I think about it before I need a personal stylist, Kaz. That would steer me away from being a weirdo hippie. No, I think when you're brought up without any money, you have to, even when you get to the pay, I won't say I'm comfortable, but I can pay my bills, if you know what I mean. Don't have a lot spare, but I can pay my bills. But I think your background never leaves you. You know, you've always got that sort of frugal streak within you. You know, you can sort of hear your mother in the background, you know, saying, you know, you need to keep some money back for a rainy day, or, you know, don't spend all your wage and stuff like that. So I've still got that mentality. I mean, over the years, I've had more money than I do now, but I still didn't spend it silly, never did, yeah. Yeah, I was brought up in a little two up, two down cottage with no bathroom, toilet in the yard, you know. I wasn't brought up posh at all. But as I was saying before to my cousins, we didn't know we were poor when we were kids because nobody else had anything. All the people around you were all in the same boat. So I don't think, you know, well, I've just had to buy a new phone, Jane, today. This week I bought two pairs of glasses, a phone and what do you call them? Oh, what brand is it? One of those things you clean your carpet with. A Vax, that's it, a Vax, is it called? So I'm broke. It's only money in it. Can't take it with me. If I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't buy it. No, I haven't found my plug for my chair. I'm still searching for that. I have looked everywhere. And I can't buy a new one. I've looked online and I can buy the pluggy bit, but I can't find one that's attached to a plug that goes into the wall. You just have to buy the actual plug bit that fits into the chair. That's no use to me because I couldn't attach it to anything else. It'll turn up when I'm not looking for it. All because I moved it away from my great granddaughter. I mean, said you should have just plugged it out of the wall. I know I should have done, but I didn't. plugged it all together and wound it up. And I can see myself doing it. I'm a hippie. I can't wait for the summer, then all my big skirts come out. You got yourself a nice birthday gift. Was it your phone? I couldn't do with this phone. It wasn't holding a charge and it was coming apart. So it wasn't a question of wanting a new phone. I needed a new phone, if you know what I mean. I've been limping it along for about the last 3 weeks, saying to myself, I need a new phone, I need a new phone. David, you sound like the masculine version of me. Oh my goodness me, I'm glad she's not costing you the same £5,000 as our dog cost us. As they say, it's only money. People who say it's only money are the people who've got it, isn't it? Well, they haven't rung me up and told me I've won the lottery, so I think it's another week I haven't won anything. You know, you have to live in hope, yeah. That's the whole point of doing the lottery, isn't it? I've started only doing one project at a time, David, because otherwise I just lose what I'm up to. I admire these people who do about 16 projects and they have them all in different bags. I wouldn't know where I was up to. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? Where's your sleeve is at the end of my armies. My son was the same. He took the doorbell off the wall while we painted, well, not me, but while it was painted. And then he couldn't find the bracket that held the doorbell on. Anyway, he's found it now, so. Oh, yeah, but you can get carried away with that, can't you, Lydia, if you start on too many things. One of my friends used to say she had startitis. In other words, she liked starting things, but then she never liked actually finishing. I've started to be more stern with myself now, you know, by maximum having like 2 work in progresses, maybe 1 knitting, 1 crochet. At the moment, this is the only thing I'm work in progress I've got, is this cardigan. I mean, I got that new Selena Barcher, if that's how she pronounces her name, crochet book the other day, and I like to maybe start something from there, yeah. You need a new car. We all need a lot of stuff, David. If you make a plan and stick to it, then. You've got startitis, have you, Lydia? Yeah, I don't, actually. I don't like when I've finished something and I don't have a plan for what I want to start next. It's that indecision. It's like now I'm nearly finishing this and I really don't know what I'm going to make next. You know, I just can't think what I'm going to make next. And that's what I suffer with, is indecision. I like to know what I'm going to be doing next, and I don't at the moment. And this cardigan is looking awful small. I hope it gets a bit bigger when I've locked it out. I know I've lost a bit of weight, but I don't think I've lost that much weight. I know my son says that to me, but he keeps making these whistling noises. He keeps saying, "What have you done to your phone? What have you added on? You must have added notifications, otherwise it wouldn't be whistling." I don't know. I haven't added anything. No, cross stitch is something that I wouldn't be starting. Yeah. Yeah, my Crojo dies every now and again. It just completely dies. When I was going to this craft fair the other week, I was like full of ideas, full of ideas, full of ideas. And then because the craft fair wasn't a raging success, I sort of half knew it wouldn't be. Oh, hi, becoming me. Um, I just sort of completely lost it after that. You know, it was sort of like, what's the point? Yeah. I need to make me, a friend of mine, she sells candles, you know, beautiful candles with like crystals and stuff. And she does these little videos, like selling videos on Facebook. And I'm thinking of doing something similar to that. But as you can see, I can't stand far enough back again so that people can see everything. Oh dear. And another lady said, "Oh, you have to have an iPad." I thought, I'm not getting an iPad. Just so I can sell a bit of my crochet. I'm not having any more expenses. She goes, "Oh, it's only £25 a month." No, no. £25 a month is something I don't want to. Sitting in a glass of water. Oh dear. My daughter-in-law's dropped two of her phones down the toilet. I said, "How on earth have you managed that?" She said, "Oh, they were in the back pocket of my trousers." I always put my phone on the windowsill if I go in the loo with my phone. I once ruined a phone by dropping it in the orange juice. Don't ask me how I managed that. I had a glass of orange juice and I dropped my phone in it. I still don't know to this day how I did that one. Yeah, that's the only time I've ever had an accident really with phone. Was dropping it in orange juice. If it had been water, it would have been better because I stuck it in rice and that. But you see, the orange juice was sticky when it dried because of the sugar in it. Yeah, it was fresh orange juice. So my phone was dead. I killed it. Yeah, if it had been just water, I could have dried it in rice, but it was orange juice, so it was sticky. I think it's time I had my crisps. I really do. I think it's time. See, I'm still sewing up. I don't do anything fancy like mattress stitch. I just do over sewing. It's for me. It's not as if anybody's going to take it apart and scrutinise it, is it? Because it's for me. Right, I'm going to get my walkers. Look at that. There's hardly anything in them. A bag of fresh air. I'm not a lover of pink, Chris, but a lot of my dresses have got little pink flowers in them. So I've ordered 2 new dresses. Wasn't mad. I don't spend anything for months and I have a wild week. And then I stop again. No, sorry, I've only got one bag. In the UK, that's the size of our bags. There's 25 grams in them. My friend in America said, oh, those are little snack bags you give to little ones. I went, that's precisely why a lot of you ladies in the US are the size you are. No, she was a good £400 plus lady. Tell me, my bag for Christmas too small. I have a bad habit, Lydia, of shopping when I'm tired. I should never go on eBay or anything when I'm tired, yeah? It's better than us. We had a takeaway, David. We don't usually. Oh, no, you should never go food shopping when you're hungry. You finish it with a big cart full of all sorts that you don't want. Nathan, that was ages ago. We've stopped talking about that now. Hi, Lou again. I'm on the snack bits now. I must admit, I miss Poppy coming bursting in. Bruschetta. That's how I say it anyway. Bruschetta. I don't know whether that's right or not. I know how you Americans like to say everything different. I still can't get over oregano. I finished my coffee. I'm onto my cocktail now. I can't tell you what it says because I can't read it without my glasses, and I haven't got any glasses till next Friday. The eye tests are not what they were, are they? They show you little dots and say, is it clearer, better, A or B? A or B? And I'm like, I don't really know. Is it C or D then? Is it C or D? Which is the best one? And you're like, slow down. If you get the right glasses, it must be a miracle. I don't remember doing that when we used to have eye tests in the past. You used to look at a chart, didn't you, on the wall? What can you read? They used to tell you. And they used to say, is the green light over there or over here and stuff. But now you look through this little thing and it goes, is it better A? Is it better B? And I'm like, they look the same to me. So God knows what my prescription will be like. I probably can't see through. The pair I'm supposed to wear when I'm out, I did pay quite a bit, but I only paid cheap for the readers. She's going, are you sure you want those? And I'm like, yeah, they're only reading glasses. I'm not that vain. I just put them on to look through, don't I, when I'm reading the book. I'm not going to be going out wearing them, am I? There was a woman there with a friend. You know the kind 50 and think they're 25, yeah? She must have tried on every pair of glasses in the shop. And I felt like saying, look, love, you know, you can't gild a lily, you know? Can't make a puss out of a sow's ear. Just pick a pair. And she's like to her friend, do you think these are nice? Do you think these suit me? And I'm like, God. Just pick a pair, for God's sake. Try every pair in the damn shop. I mean, she had a face like the back of a bus. Whether she thought she was gorgeous, I don't know. Yeah, a bit like that, Lydia. You can imagine a Botoxed and, you know, one of them. And she said to her friend, oh, I always buy designer glasses. And I'm thinking, some of the designer glasses didn't look any better than the others that were half the price. They always happen. And I'm going to choose a pair of sunglasses while I'm at it. I thought, oh, God, here we go again. And then when you put them in a tray when you finish trying them on. And then some poor woman has to sanitize them all and clean them all before she can put them back on the shelf. This woman was like, because she had this mountain in this box. Everybody else had about 6 pair that they'd tried on. And then they'd like put 5 pair to one side and just choose one. But no, she had this mountain in this box. And this woman's face when she gave it to her, the poor woman's cleaning them away there before then she had to put them all back. So she's wandering up and down the shop trying to put them in the right place. I bet she was wishing that woman far enough. You come in on a woman trying on all the glasses in the shop, Jane, and asking a friend which ones look nice, and she wasn't a pretty girl anyway, pretty woman. You know, none of them would have made her look nice. Well, I sort of guess she fell asleep. Oh, hi, Isaac. Hi, Isaac. You know, she didn't care that this poor woman had to clean about 25 pairs of glasses, did she? Because they sanitise them all now before they put them back on the shelf again. I mean, before COVID, you could just try them on, couldn't you, and put them back on the shelf. But I think your friend was a bit fed up because she kept saying, what about these? What about those? And the friend's like, yeah, yeah. Oh, luckily I can see what I'm choosing, yeah. My mother was the same. My mum couldn't see anything when she took her glasses off. She didn't know if they suited her. I mean, if I'd have had a cell phone back in the days with my mum, I could have took a photograph of her, let her put her own glasses on and then shown it to her. But back in the day, we didn't have cell phones. Well, I needed them because I'd had my cataracts done, if you remember, Lou. So my old glasses just didn't work and I needed them for reading, because when I'm reading, of course, I can't see the little print. And then also I get a headache because I get eye strain. So I needed a pair of glasses. But they're telling me I need to wear them. So, I mean, on my last video, I just noticed, in my last video, this eye, it glides slightly when I'm tired. And when she was, they put that measure thing, don't they? And she was saying like that this eye isn't seeing as straight. You can see it just a little bit now. It's not seeing as straight as that one. You have to really look. I don't look cross-eyed or anything. It's just that eye slightly goes inwards. So I'm supposed to wear my glasses now to try and straighten that eye out. Oh, I saw that video, Chris, where she couldn't find her own glasses. Dexter ordered you chocolate bar. Hope you liked it, yeah. Now, I don't really need them for the telly, to be quite honest. I don't really need them when I'm out, although I've ordered a pair with reactor lights, so that when I'm out, if the sun suddenly hits my eyes, instead of me crying and not being able to see where I'm going, they'll turn darker. Camera screaming. I love them. I should buy boxes of them before they go out, because they only have them about Easter, don't they? You don't have them all year round. I don't like the strawberry cream. I like the mint, the ordinary fries, whatever. Ooh, the Easter eggs fall into bits. Yeah, they sent me an advert. Amazon had 48 cream eggs. I think it was £16. And I'm like, I was so tempted. Oh, it annoys me when people get mad when you're trying to set things up. I'm not of the generation that knows how to do things. And when people, lose their patience, when they're trying to, and I'm thinking, I'm the one that taught you to use a knife and fork, excuse me. My son gets annoyed and I don't grasp things. But I'm not from a technological age. There wasn't even any computers when I was young. No mobile phone. You have to dial on the phone. And even then, when we had a phone, there was nobody to phone, because none of my friends had any phones. So I wasn't running up a phone bill because I got nobody to phone. We only had a phone because we had a shop. Yeah, you potty trained them, didn't you, Denise, and taught them how to use a knife and fork, which was a lot harder. But me and technology, we don't see eye to eye. I think I do well doing YouTube. Well, like the lady was on at me to do TikTok for, for me selling me jumpers and stuff. Oh, I go on the seafront, she says, and I do TikTok. I'm thinking I couldn't even get on the seafront. I can't even get down on the sand. I'd be falling over and I'm like TikToking. Could make a good TikTok. Oh, hi, Lashira. Could make a good TikTok, couldn't it? I'm going like that, spinning round and fall flat on my back on the sand and have to get rescued because I can't get up again when I fall over. So that should make a good video. Make a good TikTok, wouldn't it? But she said, oh, you need an iPhone, you need an iPad. And no. When I got my job at the job centre, I was 50 something. Never seen a computer in my life before. I thought, oh, God. Anyway, luckily, it was everything at the job centre is pre-programmed. So you're on a program. You can't go wrong because you can't wander off. You don't have the internet or anything like that. They're not daft. You have an email, but it's an email in-house, and that any of your bosses could read it. So obviously, you wouldn't be sending any private emails from it. Well, I never did anyway. When they say it can be read, I thought, oh God, no, I'm not having anybody reading my emails. And you couldn't, like you say, you couldn't wander off. You couldn't Google anybody or anything. There's nothing worse than trying to potty train a baby, is the come on. Unless you've got a really good kid that gets the hang of it. My two nieces were a doddle because they hated being wet. As soon as they were wet, they wanted everything off, yeah. So they were doddle to potty train. My son was useless. Oh, God, but they said boys are worse than girls. No, my son's gone up to bed. I can hear him yawning. No, I've forgotten where I put my needle to sewing up needle. Oh, I put it down, didn't I, while I had me. And I've forgotten where I put my needle. It'll turn up. I'll get another one. I've got one here. This is what I do. I put things down. Boys, oh God, my son used to say, I used to say, you're weird. He said, I'm not. I'm not. And then he'd look down and go, ooh, ooh. I say, yeah, you are. Ooh. Like it was a big surprise. Well, I should hope you're trained by now, Miguel. What worries me is when you get really older and you forget. I probably did stick it in my knitting. I'll probably find it somewhere. You see, if I'd have been doing a video of my hands instead of my face, you could have all told me what I did with my needle, couldn't you? But I can't remember what I did with it now. I will find it, no doubt. I used to have a bad habit of sticking it in my jumper. I used to do that with safety pins. When my son was little, he had, proper terry nappies. And I used to go out, People used to say, how's the baby? And I used to think, how do they know I've got a baby? And I used to look down and I'd have a row of nappy pins stuck in my jumper. Sign of a mother, you've either got sick over your shoulder, haven't you? Or you've got nappy pins stuck in your jumper. I used to always forget to throw the cloth, over my shoulder when I was burping him. And you looked like you'd been got at by a seagull, didn't you, when you went out? Oh, give over bragging. It's not hot, Miguel. It's cold over here. Why don't you move to Alaska? If it's too hot for you. Why, they're like that over here in England. The minute we have the teeniest bit of sunshine, they're all, oh, I can't be coping with this. It's too hot. Load of wimps. You moan it's too cold all year round, and then for the fortnight we have a bit of sun. I love the heat. 80 degrees, bring it on. Bring it on. It never gets that hot here. We're so close to the sea. We always get the sea breeze. So it never gets that hot. Although it got a little bit hot in the garden today. It was nice. We were all sitting outside. Hi, Elaine. I'm stitching up. That's why I've got my head down half the time. I hate stitching up. That's why I'm doing it now. My friend used to say, oh, I love stitching up. It means I've finished and it's all going to be nice together. And I'm like, bleh. No, I haven't got Raynaud's disease, but I do have very, very cold hands. In fact, Susan, who was on here before, she comes to my knit club and she always tells me to put my cold hands on her forehead because she's always hot, hot, hot. She wears sleeveless tops when I'm wearing a big cardigan here. It's very, very seldom that it's too hot for me. Very seldom I say, oh boy, it's too hot. I should have been born in warmer country. I really should. When I'm abroad, it's the only time my fingers and my feet are warm. Well, at least it's not a big one, Jane. You're not like mine. Me. 49 and raining in Connecticut. Oh, well, why shouldn't she throw hints out? Yeah. Over the hill. I can't even see the hill, Miguel. Somebody once sent me a birthday card. It said, I can't see you. There was a little picture of people walking up a hill. And it said, I can't see you on the hill. And then when I opened it up, it says, that's because you're over it. Oh, nice. Thank you. I wouldn't mind. I was only in about my 50s when they sent me that. Hello, Enid. Where have you been? Well, now. You're late to the party. No excuses, Enid. Where you been? It's 3 degrees C here. It was warmer this afternoon. You conked out for a 2-hour nap. You're a bit like Miguel. He's been asleep as well. Oh, you're still climbing it, Kaz. I'm over there. Right, let me look what our weather is. 43F. That's what it is here. But at least it's not saying it's raining. And it's a low chance of rain tomorrow. It's going to be 53 degrees tomorrow. Wow. My phone is now on 28%. I told you it went from 100 to 28%. It's rubbish. It's a rubbish phone. Boiling hot. I have to get my heat pad every night before I can get to sleep because I can't cope with my feet are cold and I can't wear socks in bed. I've tried. I've tried sleeping in socks. My feet don't like them, yet they're freezing. I hate having cold feet. And my hands are permanently cold. Sure, I've got that Raynaud's disease. And they burn when they're cold. Look, I found the other needle. Oh no, I've got to have my nightie on. Can't sleep, even if it's hot. It can be as hot as anything and I have to have a sheet over me. I don't know why I cannot sleep on top of the bed. Doesn't matter how hot it is, I can't. I just don't know what it is. It must be a feeling of security. I've got to have it can be a thin sheet, but I have to have something over me. My friend used to sleep in her bra and knickers underneath her nightie in case there was a fire and she had to get rescued. She says, I'm not having a fireman's lift when I've not got my panties on. Weird. I said, what's the chances of you having to have a... It's a pink, like a sort of dusty pink. Looks a bit lilac on here, but it isn't really. Yeah, but having to go to bed in your bra and pants as well as your nightie. So it's a bit excessive, that, isn't it? Oh, well, I've got a friend who's got a thing about firemen. But it's funny, whenever she goes out anywhere. You want to see my hands? There they are. Wave, wave. She loves firemen. Wherever she goes, she always seems to find a fire engine. We keep laughing, saying one of these days she'll set her kitchen on fire just so that she can get firemen to come. I remember when I needed smoke alarms fitted, and they had a scheme, whereas if you were above a certain age, they came and fitted fire alarms for you. So I thought they'll come with a van, you know. No, they came with a fire engine. And they said it was in case they got called out to a fire while they were in the middle of fitting me fire, me smoke alarms. And of course, everybody in the street thought I was on fire. All these hunky firemen. Yeah, they always say when policemen and people start looking younger, that means you're getting old. American firemen, oh my goodness me. They look so gorgeous. Firemen over here in the UK are not that good. They're not that hunky. They definitely don't look like the Chippendales over here. Well, you better go and get your eye on Lady Jane, see what she's up to. No, I don't know what the firemen are like here in Fleetwood, but they weren't very clever in Manchester. They weren't very hunky. But the American ones all look gorgeous. But what I can't get over, I used to watch that Cops, was it called, American? Those bad boys, and all that. And some of the policemen over there were so fat, they couldn't chase anybody if they tried. And I used to think, don't they get told like they have to pass a fitness or something, like they do over here? Yeah, they were so fat, some of the coppers. Massive. And, they were, and the shirts are bulging over. Hi, Melly. Yeah, they were so fat. And they were chasing these bad guys and they'd be down the road, wouldn't they? And I'm thinking, you got no chance. Put them on a diet. If I was their boss, I'd be saying, well, if you'd have caught them, you'd have been a few stones lighter. If you hadn't been in the drive-through. Yeah, but they have to pass fitness tests over here. I'm not saying we don't have any overweight, coppers over here, but they're not as many as you have over there. Oh, I've gone all hot. I think it must be my cocktail. Yeah, some of them are so fat, they'll come on, diddies. They're bulging out the unit. The women are as bad. They've got backsides on them like that. Poured into their trousers. I'm like, come on, you're supposed to be upholding the law. He must be on his own then. When I used to watch that Cops, they were all great big lumps. I don't know what the cops are like around here. We don't see them. I see one walking. I've seen them on a horse. We have some police horses that go up and down the seafront. We don't actually see any policemen walking around here. So I don't know whether they're big, small, or indifferent. Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of fat people around here. Nobody picks up the horse droppings because we don't moan. They just get left to be washed away by the rain. Oh, on my street where I used to live before, they were all moaning. If a horse went past and left its little droppings, they used to be all moan, moan, moan. And I used to think, for God's sake, it's not like a dog where you can stop and pick it up, is it? Yeah, put it. I used to say that. Get a shovel and put it on your flipping garden and stop moaning. Oh, they ought to stop and pick it up. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm sure they've got to get off a horse and go and pick it up. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting hot now. Ah. Oh, they've got all these fairy tale print. We went through Blackpool today. Through it, not to it, through it. And they have all these like fairy tale, like princessy things with horse drawn for all the little girls, isn't it? My son called me a snob because I said Blackpool were tacky. I said it is, it's tatty. You're just looking at it negatively. Tatty is tatty. I don't care. It's tatty. Yeah, people say to me, oh, you live so near Blackpool. I bet you're there all the time, aren't you? I'm like, no. Everybody says good morning here. As you go down the seafront, everybody speaks to you. I've never known a place as friendly. Everybody says hello to you. I couldn't believe how friendly everybody was. I mean, in Manchester, they're friendly. Very friendly people in Manchester. But in Manchester, so cosmopolitan that you don't get the same amount of friendliness from people who aren't native to Lancashire. You know, people from other cultures, for example, they're not. West Indians are terribly friendly. They always say good morning and hello and everything like that. But a lot of other cultures don't speak to you. But over here, everybody speaks to everybody. It's always hello, hello, hello when you're walking down the street. Yeah. It was nice when I first arrived because, of course, I knew no one. So it is nice when you go out and people say hello to you and you're like a stranger, you know. You've been to Durango. Where the hell is Durango? Where? Ooh, and where? And what is Durango? Oh, helicopter's up. I don't think it's a man overboard. Helicopters were a thing when I lived in Manchester because I lived right next to the M60. And every time there'd been a crash or anything, or somebody had got robbed, the helicopters used to be up all through the weekend. It was quite a common occurrence. But here, it's usually when the helicopters are up, it's sometimes people lost at sea or something. People out swimming who've got lost and stuff. We've got non-swimming beaches and swimming beaches here. And it's quite clearly signposted. But you always get the ones who've maybe had a couple of drinks and decide to go in the non-swimming bits. Because the tides here can be fierce and, you know, the currents can sweep people out to sea. And when we had a bloke drown, was it about a year ago? Just like at the end. But he'd had a few drinks and he'd been barbecuing with his mates and decided to go out for a swim. And of course he got caught in the current and that was the end of it. But it's their own fault. It's quite clearly signposted not to go swimming. The dogs were chasing the sea foam when I was going up the seafront the other day. They were chasing it because it was coming flying up off the sea. We had some in our garden apparently the other day, so Trish was saying, but the time I got up, it was all gone. I'm not a very early riser. But she gets up with the dogs. I don't know whether I'll be able to do a live in a couple of weeks because I've got the dogs for the weekend. And they don't settle in this lounge. They only settle in the conservatory. They're used to being in there, so that's where they you meant bananas? Who's going bananas? I don't like sewing pockets. I never get them right. If you don't get them right, they don't hang right, do they? Yeah, definitely got the helicopter still over. Something going on. Yeah, I mean, why would you go swimming when the flags are out and stuff? The tide can get pretty rough around here. I think I've shown you a video of it. It can get pretty fierce. It was fierce the other day when I was going down to Cleveland. It was crashing in. I tried to take a picture because some people were fishing. And I was trying to take a picture. That's when I discovered that the phone was rubbish. I switched it on to take a photograph to show Shad people were fishing. And it just went, you have 30 seconds left on your phone. It went beep, beep, bump. It was gone. I thought, oh, brilliant. And I knew I'd only charged it up, you know, before I went out, because I always make sure I have my phone with me in case of accidents or I feel ill or something and somebody has to come and rescue me. So I always make sure my phone's, you know, fully charged before I go anywhere. So I was a bit concerned when it just died on me. Because I'd fully charged it before I went out. I've not used it all the way down to Cleveland and back. I hadn't used it, and then it was just dead. So I knew then that the phone was on its way out. Yeah, my other phone's charging up in my bedroom. I should put this on charge because... Oh, you're like me. I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing in the middle of when I'm doing it. Let's see what this is on now. Battery. 28%. See, it's gone from 30 something to 28 and I've not used the phone. Let me just plug it in. Charge only. Oh, helicopter's still out. Over and over and over it's going. You fell asleep. Oh, you do well with Miguel, because Miguel falls asleep all the time. Oh, I couldn't clean fish to save me soul, Shad. Clean all the stuff out of a fish. But one pocket sewn in. And I've only got to the band. You fell asleep and you're proud of it. I fell asleep this afternoon as well. I was watching a TV programme and the next thing I know, I'd woke up and it was something else. I thought, oh, what happened there? I fall asleep when I don't even... No, Jill hasn't been on for a couple of weeks. Like, she does her own live. I don't know when she does it, mind you, but she does her own live, doesn't she, Jill? I know Trevor either tonight. No, Trevor. He wasn't here last week, was he, Trevor? But they do their own videos, so I don't particularly worry. Cars when they don't arrive, you know, I always think, oh, they've got something else to do. I found listening to May Gray, the very old plays of May Gray send me to sleep, or Agatha Christie. I went through all the Sherlock Holmes ones, yeah. Oh, no, that helicopter's still out and about. Something's going on. It's probably the little vandalising sweethearts that live around here. I don't go out at night, so I don't see them, but apparently some of the youths today around here have nothing else better to do than vandalise things. It's getting as bad where I used to live, you know. I blame the fact that they've got nothing else to do. There's no youth clubs, no anything for them to do. So they just wander around at night getting into mischief. Not that we ever had much to do when I was a teenager. But we did have youth clubs, which they don't seem to have anymore. I must confess I wouldn't like to run a youth club these days with the kids today. With the drugs and the knives and the whatever got. Stitching crime. There's another lady who's reading, is it Mimi Cat Do? That's doing some book or something, I think she's doing. No, I went through all the Sherlock Holmes ones. I've listened to all of them. I'm on to May Gray now at the minute. I never hear the end of any of them because I always fall asleep. But they're the really old ones. With George Seaman on them. Now, I don't watch anything. I like things where I have to listen to them, not watch them. Granny D, why is she not well? I don't know. Miguel, how's Granny D? I didn't know she was ill. Or is it just that she's not been on, that you're missing her? La la. Bulb Graves has posted in Crochet Knit Addicts of North Texas, whoever Bulb Gray is. It's a strange name, isn't it? Bulb. B-O-L-B. What's that short of, a bulb? Oh, she had an operation. Oh, okay. I'm on my last pocket. Coffee's done, right, okay. If I filter coffee, I'll not bother. I don't like strong coffee. I'm pretty weedy when it comes to coffee. I don't like the stuff you can stand the spoon up in. No, I like my coffee, but I just like instant. Oh, that's okay. Thanks for that, David. You sipping a Coke Zero? I'm still on my cocktail. It's only a little can, so I'm not going to get drunk. Yeah, I've gone a bit mad lately. I bought myself 2 dresses. They haven't arrived yet. Bought them online. I ordered them before I had to buy glasses. I tell you, I'm either spend nothing or I go bananas and spend way too much. Never mind, you can't take it with you, can you? I'll never be one of those that leaves thousands in me will, you know what I mean? No, he's feeding his fur babies the eggs, not the chickens. Yeah, when we kept chickens, we used to grind the eggshells up. Use it for grit, yeah. As long as she's eating, because otherwise she'll sit there forever. We used to have one that we... You're smoking Benson and Hedges? What the hell are you smoking for, John? I didn't think you smoked. There you going, Lydia. Bye-bye. Thank you for calling. See you again later. Now put your cigarette out, John. You don't need it. Did you win big on the casino last week? That's what we want to know. You're addicted? No, you're not. Don't be silly. Oh, my feet. When I'm sat here for ages, my feet go to sleep. Right, I've got to now see how much band I've still got to knit. Yeah, get yourself on the patch, John. You'll be fine. You don't have to smoke anymore. It's antisocial habit. $13.99 a pack. Oh my giddy aunt. Could buy 2 balls of wool with that. 3 balls of wool. Even more if you go to the pound shop. God, I'm glad I've never smoked. $13.99 a pack. Sheesh. That alone would make me stop. €100. God, stop it, John. Think what you could buy with that money. Did you win at the casino last week, John? Addicted to cigarettes? No, you're not. You're just telling yourself that. They've cut the tax a bit on the fuel in England, but I don't think it's made that much difference. Maybe a few pennies. I wouldn't even pay that for a ball of wool. You buy a packet of cigarettes, you're just going to burn. I wouldn't pay that for 1 ball of wool. I know some people spend $30 on a ball of wool. God, that would go against the grain with me. I just couldn't. In all honesty, I couldn't spend that kind of money. That alone would make me stop. If they told me how much a packet they were, I'd be like, put them back. I'm not bothered. No, I sort of gulp when I spend £13, £14 on wool. I certainly wouldn't spend it on ciggies. Sheesh. At least if you buy wool, you've got an end product. Well, unless you're a really rubbish crocheter or knitter. And then what you wind up with is, yeah, not worth it, if you know what I mean. But most times, if you spent £13 on some yarn, oh, I've got a big stash. I used to do it all the time. I don't do it now. Well, say I don't do it now. I did buy some Boho Spirit only because it was on offer. Oh, it's all plasticized. Unless you buy pure wool. Who the heck wants to stand there and wash pure wool? Or if you're like me, you can't wear it because it makes you itch. You know, people used to say to me, why don't you make it from pure wool? Because I don't want to stand there looking like I've got the itchy twitches. So I've got lice or something. It brings me out in a rash on my hands when I knit with it. Could you smoke the wool? No, you don't smoke anything, John. You give it up. You could have bought a cow by now. What are you smoking? Could have bought yourself your own herd. Oh God, 29. I'd die. I'd die, David. Paying that. I've got 3 skeins of yarn that cost me £25 a skein. And that's a rarity. I only bought it because we'd all gone on a trip. And everybody else was buying, and I felt embarrassed that I wasn't. So I spent far more than I should have. My friend keeps going on about she wants to buy some merino. I said, well, if you want to buy merino, buy it. But be careful how you wash it because it'll shrivel up to nothing if you don't watch it. I said, you've got to be so careful with merino. My mum was a really, really good hand washer. Beautiful hand washer. And yet she completely ruined a cashmere sweater that one of my brother's girlfriends had bought for him for Christmas. And she was a really good hand washer. She never spoiled anything. But she spoiled that cashmere. I couldn't wear it, David. If I could afford it to buy it, it's beautiful. And hand-dyed yarn is absolutely gorgeous. And I love it to look at. And I've got, like I say, about 3 skeins in my stash. That is absolutely fantastic. But I know I can't wear it. Daniel has sent me some gorgeous yarn. And it does feel beautiful and soft. But I'll only be able to make a shawl or a scarf or something. I can't put it next to my body because I can't wear it. Right, oh, look at that. I've only got that much more to knit on a band. So it's better than I thought. Well, I made a hat with the last lot of expensive yarn that I had. And to be quite honest, I didn't like it when it was made up. Now I've lost the other needle to this to finish my band. Oh, do you know? I had 2 needles and I put 2 needles here, and I know I did. How can I lose a big knitting needle? Oh God, I'm so stupid. How can you lose a great big knitting needle? It's got to be here. It's got to be here somewhere. I know I had 2 needles when I brought it over. Aha. Aha. Yeah, Denise does dye some nice yarns, yeah. Daniel does. Oh my goodness, Daniel's yarn's gorgeous. But I just can't wear it. And I know I'd spoil a cardigan. I'd definitely spoil a cardigan because I'd wash it wrong. So I'm afraid, yes, it's plastic acrylic for me. I've just got to knit a few more rows on this band. Loads of hand-dyed yarns are gorgeous. I used to go to, what's it called, Yarndale? Oh, bye, Isaac. No, I want to use Daniel's. Daniel sent me one of those sample things, you know, where they're all 20-gram balls. And they're all different colours, and I want to use a pattern that'll, you know, make you. I don't want to just use it up in something like little and rubbishy. I want to make something nice. I keep looking at patterns and hoping that I'll, you know, find something. It's gorgeous, isn't it, McGowy's yarn? Don't you be putting it in baby blankets and giving it away because somebody will wash it wrong and it'll shrivel up. Make sure you keep it for something for yourself, Miguel. Because if you give it to somebody who doesn't know anything about wool, they'll stick it in the washer. Yeah. I mean, I knitted some socks for one of my nieces, and my other niece said, "Oh God, you did them in wool, didn't you?" And she shrunk them up. She's put them in the washing machine. Yeah, some of it. I mean, I know a lady. I've met her. That lady who does hand dyeing. She's in Yorkshire somewhere. Oh God, Catherine, she's called. But she uses Blue Face Leicester, I think, and I couldn't use that. That's too itchy. Oh, good night, John. Don't have any more ciggies. Just think you could have bought a cow by now. I can't knit with wool, Miguel, but Daniel's is lovely and soft. So I think I should be okay crocheting that up, yeah. Some wool is really scratchy. You know, some people say, oh, I only knitting wool. Some of that homespun and worsted and stuff, it's really itchy and rough. Just because it's wool doesn't mean it's good. Some of the cheaper qualities of wool are really scratchy. Good night, Katie. I got some wool from somewhere, was it? Ice yarn. God, it was awful. You could have made pant scrubs with it. It was that rough. Yeah, but don't be pushing it into anything and giving it away, Miguel, because somebody will wash it wrong and will shrivel it up. Yeah, I've heard of that. I mean, I used to wash woolies. We all used to wash woolies because when I was young, there was only wool. I mean, I'm that old. All you ever knitted with was wool. That's why in England we don't call it yarn, we call everything wool because everything was wool. Well, I was surprised, Kaz, when Daniel sent me this. I did say to him, don't, it's too expensive, don't send it to me. But he said, no, I'm sending it to you. So I didn't beg for it or anything like that. He insisted on sending it to me. And I did get gifted, many years ago, a box from Hobbyum, with just like wands of everything for me to try. And some of that was lovely, but some of it I couldn't use. Some of it was scratchy. I shared a lot of it with Sue and Kelly. I know the postage is awful. That's the trouble, isn't it? I would send things to people, but postage to America is just, well, the opposite way as well. It's just ridiculous. You put something tiny on the scale and they say like £20 for postage, and you're like, what? I'm not posting a brick. Oh, yeah, it's nice to get a Prezi, Kaz, but I don't ever ask for anything. I've got such a lot of stuff. I'm just, it would just be greedy of me to ask for something because I do have a lot. I always think that's why I never enter giveaways and things, because I always think I'll let other people who need it more than me win. You know, it's nice, yeah, to win something. It would be nice, but half of the people who are doing the giveaways are in the America, and I'm thinking, oh, I wouldn't put them to that, of posting me something. I just feel embarrassed. It's like people say, oh, that jumper's lovely, you've just knitted, how much is it? And I'm always hesitant because if they're in America, I never know quite what to say because, I'll say, wow, yeah, you're in America. Oh, Daniel's lovely. I know when people, the last time somebody sent me a gift, Chris, it was lovely and it was a massive big box full of yarn, but it cost me £70, which is probably about 80 odd dollars, just to retrieve it from the customs. And the person who sent it to me had spent about £80 on the box to send it me. Yeah, I don't have a PO box, so um, I wouldn't do that. But it just bugs me when people put their addresses underneath, like as though they expect people to send them things. And I'm like, no, that's just cheeky. You know, or they put their PayPal address underneath their videos, and I'm like, oh, it's so cheeky. You know, that's really cheeky. I always think if somebody wants to send me a gift, then they can send me a gift, but I would never ask. I don't like people who ask or beg. I know it's ridiculous. I tried to redo my Etsy shop, and they're telling me I need an American tax code number. And I'm like, I don't live in America. Why would I need to pay a tax to an American? I got a letter the other week about AdSense. I earn a little amount every now and again on AdSense, and it is a little amount. I mean, you could never live off it or anything like that. It's a nice little gift every now and again. You get a little bit of money, and they want to tax me on it in America, and I'm like, I wouldn't do. You see, you're different to me, David. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have. I would never ask for anything. Yeah, you're different. Everybody's different. I just wouldn't do it. That's all. You know, people who come on my channel. You know, well, some people have been on the channel. I booted them off, and they started begging. They just have to go. You know, sub to me and I'll sub to you. No, I'll sub to you if I want to sub to you. If you want to sub to me, that's your decision. But I don't do that on a tit for tat. I'm trying to grow my channel. Sub to me. Nope, I ain't going to do that, Mr. or Mrs. If I like your channel, I'll sub to you. But if I don't like your channel, no. Our stamps have gone up. I don't know how much they were. They've gone up something ridiculous, our postage stamps. And that's only for, oh God, I hate it when they start hinting for things. Gets on my nose, up my nose. It's begging with a capital B. I definitely wouldn't watch any of their videos. Just, yeah, I stopped watching them. If they start begging and asking for things, then I don't watch them anymore. That's the end of it. And I certainly don't want them on my channel. We've had a few come on here. Begging for stuff. Yeah, well, they can beg off. Miguel knows my feelings. I don't do Patreon, I won't. I have nothing to offer anybody. So why would I do Patreon or Patreon, whatever you want to call it? I don't make patterns. I don't do anything. All my videos are free and they will remain so. I can understand if you have patterns to well, I would put my PayPal on if I was selling anything, Miguel. I would put it on then, but not because I want a donation. Oh, there's a few people on here, David, who blatantly beg. I won't have them on my channel. Yeah, I would like X, Y, and Z. Well, go out and buy it then. Don't expect anybody who was watching to buy it you. There's all sorts of things we all would love. We talk about this all the time. We'd all like A, B, or C. We all would. But if I want it, I'll sort it out myself and I'll get it myself. You know. I always joke on here, I say if I'm going to beg, I'll beg for a world cruise, you know. I won't beg for anything small. I couldn't live with myself. I really couldn't. Oh, if I was selling anything, David, yes, I would put my PayPal on, but only because I expect them to pay for what I'm selling. But I would never put my PayPal on just to like beg, like my PayPal's down here if you want to send me a gift. No, that is cheeky. And there's quite a few people who I stopped watching that do that. Yeah, that I'll subscribe to you, but only if you. I'm trying to grow my channel. I want everybody on here to subscribe to me. Well, go away. I am not asking my people on here to subscribe to you. Go away. If your channel is good enough, people will subscribe anyway. If it's not, then don't come begging on my channel. All this growing your channel rubbish. If your channel's good enough, it grows, yeah? No, I can't stand people begging for followers now. It really gets up my nose. As you say, if you've got a good enough channel, people will subscribe to you anyway. Yeah, I could name a few. Yeah, well, whatever works for you, David. It's just that it's not my thing. I'm not knocking it. It's just not me. But you probably don't say on your channel you're begging for things, do you? Like some people do. I would like a new ABC. I think somebody should buy it for me. No, no, nobody should buy it for you. No, it's my pet hobby horse. Well, I'm sure you don't beg, David. I'm sure you don't start begging for things. I would like to do this. I would like that. I think my subscribers should buy it for me. Yeah, right. Go away. No, it's just one of my pet hates, David, that's all. I just hate people who beg. Now I've lost my ball of wool. I don't believe it. Oh, there it is. It does, it turns me off. I won't watch the channels, my girl. You're right. Well, I hope you find your sleeves, Dave, because I'm still looking for that plug for my chair. I've lost a plug for my chair. I've lost something else as well. I can't remember what else I've lost. Really annoys me when I can't find things. No, nobody owes me anything, so. The only people who owe me things are people who buy me stuff. And seeing as I'm not selling anything at the minute, that's nobody. Oh yeah, I'll do quite blatant selling videos once I get my stuff out of the shed to do. They will be blatant selling, but they won't be begging. They'll be blatant selling, which is different. I make no apologies for making those. I've got to pay for my scooter somehow. I paid half of it off on my credit card. I paid half. So it's getting down. It's going down. My next thing is I'm paying to go on a spa weekend with my niece, yeah. Is my necklace wood? I don't think it is, actually. I think it's plastic. It looks like wood, but I think it's plastic. It feels very plastic, Shed. Yeah, I still need to make a web page up. I don't know how I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it. I keep trying to get people to help me, but if I was going to make a business out of it and carry on doing it, then I would get a web page made. I would have to fork out and get one made. But I need to, you know, obviously sell some of my stuff. I can't keep it in the shed forever. It went nicely with my jacket I had on before, but forgot where my jacket is. Oh, it's behind me. But I got a bit warm. Hi, visit Mima. I know the things. It's the blowing postage to America. Visit Mima. That's what makes me embarrassed. I know it's not my fault and I can't help the postage to America, but it does make me feel embarrassed. You know, when I put, oh, it's so much for my sweater, but it's going to be nearly as much for the postage. And I don't know why I'm embarrassed, because it's something I can't help. It's almost like I feel as though I'm keeping the postage myself. I'm sure a little man could walk with me, with the post quicker. Oh, Mia, yeah. Oh, once we're all done, finished paying stupid loans off, we're all in the same boat, aren't we, Enid? I'll be a lot better off when I stop paying for that flaming scooter. But I wanted it and I didn't have the money, so it's my own fault. And it will get paid eventually. But it would be nice if I sold some jumpers and I could pay even more off, wouldn't it? I need the room in the shed anyway. I've got ideas of turning it into a craft. People who put these craft videos of their craft shed and they're all neat and tidy and gorgeous. Daniel's just done one. We've just done a video. He's just bought some IKEA, like Billy bookcases and stuff. Put all his wool on them and it looks so neat and tidy. You know, and I'm like, oh, wish mine looks neat and tidy. Yeah, the Kallaxes and the Billy bookcases, but I'm always afraid if it's like not in packages of it getting damp or dirty or whatever, because mine's not in the house, don't forget, mine's in my she shed. So I'm just more concerned about leaving them in the packages so they won't get ruined. I don't know why, it never bothered me. When I started making videos, I just imagined that nobody would be watching them anyway. So I was quite amazed when actually people started watching them. I made them because I used to have a blog and I got so bored with writing the blog and putting the photos on every time I did anything. And oh, you get negative comments. I just delete them now. I just don't bother anymore. You know, you get negative people, but there's a delete button. You just delete the comment that you don't like. Yeah. I used to argue with people at one time and say, "What do you mean by that?" But the people who make comments are usually people who can't do it themselves. You know, I always think that it's jealousy. You know, the ones who put negative comments on, if you look, they don't have channel. They don't have anything, you know, any YouTube channels of their own. So in other words, you know, they can't do it. I'm glad they disabled the dislike button because I used to get 3 dislikes every time. But people never even bothered to watch my video. They used to just put dislike on before they even watched 2 seconds. So that used to bug me. I used to think, oh, for God's sake, if you're going to judge me, at least watch my video. So I often wonder what those 3 people do now because they can't push the dislike button anymore. So I wonder what they do with their time. Makes me laugh. Now, don't worry about it. You'll get the ones who put kind of rude things on, like come and look at my naked women channel, which I always report as being obscene and spam or whatever. You know. And then obviously the ones who say I've subbed to you, if you sub to me, they get deleted. They don't even get chance. And the ones who say something negative, I look, and if they haven't got a channel, I think, well, you know, if you're not bold enough to have a channel, then you're not good enough to comment on mine. I'll just delete them. No, by and large, I mean, people are nice by and large, Kaz. You just get the odd one. And we've all had them. We've all had the negative comments. We've all had the rude comments, the ones who are nasty. We've all had them. But you just delete them and don't let it worry you. As I say, there are always people who don't have their own channel. So in other words, they're calling you out and they can't do it themselves. I just put it down to jealousy. Oh, I've been doing. As I say, I started my YouTube channel purely from laziness because I couldn't be bothered typing on blogs anymore and putting photos up. I think my blog's still there somewhere. And that's how I started, and then I thought, oh, I'm being stupid. I might as well make a video. If nobody else watches it, I made it as kind of like, it was like a diary to myself. Because that's why I started the blog, actually. I started a blog to be like a diary for myself to log what I'd been doing and what I'd been making. And it was like a diary. I was putting down my thoughts about how I felt that particular day and stuff. If you ever were one to read me blog, it was very personalised. I used to, if I was feeling ick, I used to put it all on my blog. It was like Dear Diary, really. And then I started doing the videos instead. So I've been doing them all in all, probably about at least 7 years, I think, maybe. Somebody did tell me. Somebody actually counted how many videos I'd done, but of course they only counted the videos, not the live ones. They just counted all the ones I'd put up. It was quite a lot. I was amazed how many I'd actually made, yeah. Oh, I did MySpace for a tiny little bit, but I never got really into MySpace. Well, there was another one, wasn't there, before YouTube? It wasn't MySpace, it was something or other, wasn't it? It was a while before I got into Facebook, actually. But mine, I just started off really talking to myself. I was amazed when anybody actually started watching it because it was never meant to be that. It was meant to be for me. But I didn't make it private just in case anybody else wanted to watch it. So I was surprised, really surprised when people. I don't understand. Everybody else can understand me, Sue. It's just you, Miguel, that never understands Sue. Everybody else loved her and loved her accent, and when is she going to come back again? But I mean, obviously, she lives in Scotland, and with all the COVID nonsense, that we couldn't make videos anymore. That's why I would have loved to have known how a split screen. But Miguel can't understand Sue, Kaz. I mean, could you understand her? Nobody else ever said they couldn't understand her. You're not used to the English accent, are you, Miguel? Mine, some American accents I don't understand. The southern drawl. You're like, what? Yeah, well, I'm not as broad as I used to be. Sue doesn't have her own video. She used to come to, when she lived in England, she used to come down to my house quite regularly. We used to make joint videos. But she decided to go and live in Scotland, which is something she'd always wanted to do. So then, of course, lockdown and COVID came, which meant that we didn't see each other. So um, sadly, that we haven't done any videos together. Yeah, you could understand her because you're from Yorkshire. She's from Blackburn, I think, originally. Sue, Blackburn or Burnley, she's from originally. Sue is she was my best friend, but sadly she went to live in Scotland. It's always been a sort of dream that when she retired, she would go and buy a place in Scotland. And she did. My accent is broad Lancashire, but it isn't as bad as it used to be because I've had to temper it from where I've ever lived. Where I lived before was like Oldham, and it was You know, they're very broad in Oldham, and I had to change it when I got married and went to live in Prestwich. Nobody understood me at all. I was as bad as Sue. You know, it was like, how are you? And it was like, I've been for 59 bulls, you know. And when I used to go in shops, people didn't understand what I was talking about. It was like I was talking a foreign language. So my accent has changed a lot. You know, if you heard some of my relatives talking, you wouldn't understand them because they've not moved out of Oldham. Yeah, there's a few people who speak on YouTube and I don't understand them. One of my friends from Nick Club, she's from Sunderland, but she's moved around that much that she's lost a lot of her accent. Yeah, I don't know how Miguel had coped with the Geordie. He never caught a Glaswegian. I don't think you'd ever understand a Glaswegian. But some of the Irish accents, no, I don't think she's here to advertise her channel. I think it's just because somebody asked her who she was. Well, there is. I mean, the UK is only tiny, but my goodness me, if you heard some of our accents here, Chad, Miguel would have no chance with them. The Birmingham accent, the Brummies, oh my goodness, and the Glaswegians. You know, we start saying, why I pat, why I pet. Miguel would definitely need subtitles. Most of the American accents I can understand. It's just some of them that drawl. Mostly the southern ones. No, why I pet. That's like a greeting, like, how are you, pet? Oh, Scousers, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. But some of the Irish, I mean, they talk so fast. When my friend used to go back to Ireland, you know, and talking with her sisters, and I used to say, oh my God, Caroline, I said, you've been home again, haven't you? And she said, how can you tell? Yeah, the Irish talk fast. They don't stop for a breath. They go, yeah. You can't, you know. Yeah, why I pet, yeah. That means how are you? How are you, pet? See, Miguel would have no chance with that. Who says me hinny? Somebody says me hinny. I can't remember what accent that is. They call everybody a hen, don't they, or a hinny? I can just imagine Miguel plonked in the middle of England, not understanding a word of anybody. I mean, even a cop. Yeah, you wouldn't understand anything, Miguel, if you came to England. I'm not joking. If you were in London and there were Cockneys, you know, oh, you'd never get near the Queen. What hinny is that? Yeah, from Newcastle. I'd just love to see Miguel in England. He wouldn't understand a word of anybody. He'd be standing there confused in the middle of the. No, the Queen only speaks like that because that's the way she was brought up. But the English, by and large, don't speak like the Queen. That's why they call it the Queen's English, is because only she speaks it. Yeah, well, we call everybody love in Manchester, or pet. You're right, love. Can I help you, love? Yeah, Miguel would have no chance. Stick him in the middle of Liverpool and he wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah, you should Google accents or listen to people on YouTube who have accents. Get you tuned in. Susie's Burnley, really, or Blackburn is where Sue comes from. Darwin, that's where her accent comes from. I don't know why we get so many accents, Chris. Even a lot of we don't understand a lot of the accents if they suddenly come at you. You have to tune in, to the accents. I might not understand the couple of first sentences that somebody says something to me, but then you kind of tune in to their accent. Don't ask me how you do, but you do. I mean, the Scots, the Welsh, the Irish. You had trouble understanding Sue. Oh, I don't know how you do. I've never. Nathan, no, I don't. I suppose he does. He's closer to. He's in a different part of England than I am. I don't know how Nathan. I've never heard Nathan speak, so I don't know quite how he speaks. I've nearly finished talking my band on. Then I'm going to bed because it's 12:30 and I've been on 3 hours and 24 minutes. But I wanted to finish sewing this band on before I went to bed. I haven't got much more to sew on. You've only lived in your tiny little world, Miguel, with tiny little accents that you all know and understand. You've not been like all over the place where there's like Italian and Spanish and like we've got Asian, we've got West Indian. And you've got the West Indian accent. Hi, Alicia. No, we've got a really distinguished. Yeah, but you see, like Spanish is not one of our accents over here. We have West Indian, we have Asian, we have whatever, Chinese, we have all sorts of things. But we don't really have Spanish over here. You have a lot of Mexicans and Spanish over there, don't you? But we don't really. The West Indian accent is very sing-song. I mean, I've got a friend who's Jamaican, and he's been in England for about 30 odd years. And when he phones me, I have to tune in to him because his accent is so Jamaican. Even I know him well, and I can't always understand him when he starts speaking to me. I mean, sometimes I'm like, what did he just say? And I've known him for about 20 odd years. But I love the West Indian accent. It's very sing-songy. Very nice. I mean, a guy was talking to me one time, and I said to him, "Oh, you're from Barbados?" And he went, "How did you know that?" And I said, "Because I know the accent is different from Jamaica." Yeah, I love a West Indian accent. They're very softly spoken, and they speak with a sort of a lilt to their voices. Very sing-song. Oh, I finished! Yay! It's not blocked, but it's finished. It's all stitched up. It needs buttons, but it's all done. All done. It needs dampening and blocking and button stitching on. I've finished. 950 grams it took. Oh. Oh. My backside hurts through sitting on this chair. Right, peepees. It's beddy bow time for me. Has my phone charged up? Blackpool is down the road. Yeah, it's too bloody close, Miguel. I don't like Blackpool. It's scruffy. I don't associate with Blackpool. My son says I'm a snob, but it's 54% now. That'll do until tomorrow morning, hopefully. Probably die on me in the middle of the night, but I don't care. Yeah, Blackpool is tacky, it's horrible, it's everything that you hate in a place. Kiss me quick hats and stuff like that. Ugh, no, it's horrible. Yeah, well, my neck always hurts. I get headaches in my neck. I've got to go back to the eye hospital with this eye because it's not right. I think I told you it wasn't right, didn't I? The shops in Blackpool. There's some nice shops in Blackpool, there are, but I just don't like the place. I really don't like the place. It's just touristy, tacky, and I just don't like the place. It caters for the worst kind of tourists. It's just, ugh. I don't know. I've always hated Blackpool, always have. And yet everybody else who goes there loves Blackpool, and I just really don't. It's just not my kind of place. I like scenery. I like pretty things, which Blackpool isn't. Blackpool's like a fun fair. It's like stuff going on. It's like bingo. It's like, well, I wouldn't say it wasn't safe. I just think it's just tacky. Can you imagine like a big fun fair and all these places with slot machines and stuff going all the time? And, you know, you're walking down the street and it's just like constant noise going on, flashing lights going on, you know, amusement arcades, hot dog stands, you know, fast food everywhere. And, oh, not me, not me. There are some nice shops if you go further into the actual, the Vegas of the North. Oh, God, I wouldn't call it that. The wannabe Vegas of the North, maybe. Go on, tell me you like it, Nathan. Right, I'm going to go now. Not a village, no, it's a tacky old town. You should look it up, Miguel, it's not nice. Right, I'm going to go, so I shall say goodbye to you all. And I'll say to Miguel, yeah, yeah, go to bed, Miguel. Get up them stairs. Get this son in bed. Is that enough accent for you? Get up them apples and stairs, up the jolly dancers. Yeah. Well, you haven't got any stairs, have you? You live on the flat. I'm saying get up the stairs to bed, but you don't have any stairs. Night, night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. That was my accent, yeah. It's been a right good night, a right good neat tonight, yeah. A right good neat. So I'll say see I'll see thee next week. And I'll say bye-bye for now, ta-ta for now, TTFN. I'll see thee next week. Bye all. I'll get Miguel wondering about what the heck I said then now. Bye everybody.